Have you ever thought about where your produce comes from? Most grocery chains receive produce from various local and national farmers. In fact, there are about 3.4 million farmers in the United States today. But of that staggering number, only 45,000 are Black farmers. At the Better Buggy, we are a proud group of Atlanta-based Black-owned farmers, selling produce locally and nationwide. Our easy-to-navigate online platform makes it easy for you to make a one-time purchase or to simplify your life by subscribing to our weekly produce box. Whichever frequency you choose, you can order with confidence, knowing you'll receive 100% organic farm-fresh produce. If you're looking for a thoughtful gift for a loved one that they'd actually find useful, be sure to pop by our online store where you can snag a gift card your recipient can use to order their own produce and t-shirts. Ready to start supporting local Black-owned farms and making healthier food decisions? Visit thebetterbuggy.com now to start shopping.
America is definitely a country fueled on greed, and that's how it's been operating this entire time. Now, many of you might remember during the pandemic, flights were canceled. And it's no fault of the customer. The customer had no control over that, but those flights were canceled. And now many of those customers, which are thousands of them, are attempting to get a refund because it was not them that canceled the flight, it was the airline. And they are being told they'll give them a voucher, they'll give them credit, but they will not give the money back. So a lot of people are very angry at many of these different airlines right now because they won't refund the money back to them. I'm going to go ahead and play this story that came from NPR May 15th, 2021.
In this last year, complaints about airlines refusing to give refunds for canceled flights soared. The Department of Transportation says it received nearly 90,000 of these complaints. Many of those would-be travelers are still fighting for refunds, and some with vouchers for future travel are now discovering that those vouchers may soon expire, as NPR's David Shaper reports.
Last year, Scott Slonim and his wife Nancy planned a getaway for the end of March.
We were supposed to fly to Washington, D.C. to reunite with our cousin and his wife to see the cherry blossoms, which we had never seen.
Both are in their 70s and have health concerns, so as the scope of the coronavirus pandemic became apparent, Slonim says their doctors told them not to go. The pandemic would soon decimate air travel. Airlines canceled thousands of flights, but American Airlines hadn't yet canceled the Slonim's flight, so they tried to get a refund.
We started our trip through the American Airlines internal bureaucracy to get to a human being, and ultimately they responded by saying, well, we could have a credit.
That's because if the airline cancels the flight, they're required to refund your airfare, but if you cancel, you could be out of luck. And the Slonims scrapped their travel plans before American canceled their flights. A spokeswoman says the airline is providing customers with additional flexibility to make sure those who want to change their travel plans have options to do so, and has extended the time to use flight credits through the end of March next year. But the suburban Chicago couple says they have no intention of flying anytime soon. So the American spokeswoman now says they will get their money back. But the Slonims are not alone in feeling burned by the airlines over refunds. The DOT's 90,000 such complaints logged last year is 57 times more than the year before.
I will tell you that I've never seen a single issue generate so much consumer anger. It's off the charts.
Bill McGee is aviation industry advisor for Consumer Reports.
The airline industry has acted reprehensibly since day one on this issue.
McGee estimates that the airlines are sitting on at least $10 billion owed to customers, despite the fact that airlines got billions in federal funding to keep them afloat.
That was given by taxpayers, not once, not twice, but 3 times, without any givebacks for consumers.
But the industry group Airlines for America says its member airlines refunded nearly $13 billion to customers while hemorrhaging cash last year. And many have eliminated change fees and become more flexible with credits and vouchers for future travel. But now there's a problem with those, too. Those vouchers are absolutely coming due right now. Melanie Lieberman, travel editor at the Points Guy website, says some airlines are extending the expiration dates to later this year or next. But every airline's policy is different. The best thing you can do is go double check those dates. Make sure you know the fine print, the details of when your voucher needs to be used and when your travel needs to be booked by. Democratic Senators Richard Blumenthal and Edward Markey are calling on the airlines to offer cash refunds instead of credit for flights canceled during the pandemic and to eliminate expiration dates for travel vouchers. They'll introduce legislation to force the airlines to do just that. Meanwhile, the Department of Transportation says investigations into the many complaints will continue, but thousands of airline customers who were initially denied refunds have since received them. David Schaefer, NPR News.
All right, y'all. So be careful. Now, America is now trying to talk all this tough talk about we're not shutting down again, but trust me, you're going to shut down again. Trust me on this one. You're going to be closing this country again, whether you like it or not. See, you're just trying to bury how bad it is. That's all. And your news organizations, they're bad at lying. Nobody believes them. That's why nobody is sending their children out to school. The schools are damn near empty. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you do plan on travel, and in the event the airline cancels the flight, you have the right to a refund. That is the way the policies are. Now, if you cancel the flight, then they don't have to give you nothing back. But if you fight hard enough, you can get that money back too. But just be careful and just know, we don't know what's going to happen in this country. Just because they keep putting on a little smiley face and act like everything's better, do you really believe these people that have been leading us astray for 500 years that things are better now? You would have to be a fool to believe them. And also be careful and know the policies, whether you're traveling by air, by train, a rental car, know what the policies are for a refund. That is a really important thing you need to do. And you can find all of this information online if you want to read it over. And I would recommend you do all of those things before you travel. That way you know where you stand if something gets canceled. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.